Hey there, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving straight into the fast-moving currents of AI. If you're looking for a shortcut to truly understand the most impactful news, the latest tools, and what's genuinely next in this space, you're absolutely in the right place. We've got an incredible stack of sources for this deep dive, pulling from the biggest names in AI, Google, OpenAI, Anthropic, along with critical discussions around safety, real-world business impact, and some seriously clever tools you can start using right now. Our mission today is to cut through the noise, distill the core insights, and leave you feeling not just informed, but, well, genuinely ready for what's ahead.
It's certainly a dynamic period, and what's fascinating is how rapidly both the opportunities and the challenges are evolving, like really evolving side by side. We'll be exploring everything from AI that can act on your behalf directly in your browser to, the serious concerns being raised by state attorneys general, and even a candid look at why so many business AI projects are currently missing the mark. It's a comprehensive look at the very fabric of AI's current state.
Okay, let's kick things off with a piece of news that really pushes the boundaries of what an AI assistant can do. Imagine your AI not just telling you things, but actually doing tasks for you directly inside your web browser. That's precisely what Anthropic is piloting with their Claude for Chrome extension. They're starting with a select group, 1,000 max plan users, giving Claude the ability to view web pages, click buttons, fill out forms. We're talking about Claude managing calendars, drafting emails, processing expense reports, even testing website features. Sounds incredibly powerful, but what truly stands out here is how they're approaching the inherent risks.
Indeed. Yeah, the immediate concern that jumps out here, of course, is security. While the convenience of browser-based AI is undeniable, it also introduces unique security challenges, particularly prompt injection attacks. For those maybe less familiar, these are basically malicious instructions hidden within websites or emails, designed to trick an AI into doing harmful things without you even knowing. Anthropic's initial internal testing, this was before any safeguards were in place, showed a concerning 23.6% success rate for these types of attacks. That's significant.
Wow, almost 1 in 4. That's a pretty high success rate for potential attackers. So what did Anthropic actually do to counter that?
Well, they implemented several pretty robust layers of defense. These include things like site-level permissions, giving users really granular control over where Claude can go and what it can do on specific sites. They added action confirmations for high-risk stuff, like publishing content or making purchases, just to be sure. They also blocked access to high-risk categories like finance or pirated sites, and significantly improved the system prompts and classifiers guiding Claude. It's all about making these agents trustworthy.
Right, those sound like pretty comprehensive measures. And were they effective? Did it work?
Highly effective, yeah. These safeguards, they brought the overall prompt injection attack success rate down from that initial 23.6% to 11.2%. But here's the really impressive part. For the toughest, most insidious browser-specific attacks, those hidden deep in a website's code, the DOM, or in URLs, the success rate dropped from 35.7% all the way down to 0%.
Zero.
Zero. Which isn't just a clear commitment to safety. It fundamentally shifts the conversation around how we build trust in these truly autonomous AI agents.
A 0% success rate for those specific attacks is, remarkable. It feels like a massive leap. But is this like an ongoing arms race? Or can we ever truly solve prompt injection? And what does this mean for us, given it's still just a pilot?
That's a critical question, definitely. This 0% rate suggests that with careful layered engineering, you can make significant progress against certain attack vectors. When we talk about agentic AI, these systems that can actively take actions for you, like navigating a site or filling forms, that ability to stop malicious instructions is just paramount. Anthropic's approach, starting very cautiously with this restricted research preview, it really contrasts with some others who've launched more consumer-facing features maybe a bit quicker. It signals a safety-first strategy. They're acknowledging that building trust in AI that acts for us is just as vital as what it can actually do. This could really set the new bar, I think.
Okay, so from the cutting edge of browser agents and technical safety, let's pivot now. We need to talk about a different but equally pressing safety concern: the impact of AI on our children. A bipartisan coalition of 44 U.S. state attorneys general just issued a formal letter, and it went to some of the biggest names in AI: Meta, Google, Apple, Microsoft, OpenAI, Anthropic, Perplexity AI, XAI, basically everyone. And this isn't just, a friendly heads up. It expresses grave concerns regarding the safety of children interacting with AI chatbot technologies. That really hits home for a lot of people, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yes, stepping back to see the broader implications, this is a very clear signal from regulators. They're prioritizing vulnerable users. The letter specifically points to recent investigative reporting that revealed some, Troubling examples of chatbot interactions with minors, things like sexually suggestive conversations and emotionally manipulative behavior, these are incredibly serious allegations. They demand a proactive, robust response from the industry.
The AGs are calling on these companies to act with the same care and concern as a parent would. That's a powerful analogy. Very relatable.
It is. And while the letter doesn't propose specific enforcement actions yet, it definitely serves as a transparent and proactive warning. They're watching. They've made it clear they are resolved to use all available legal and regulatory tools to protect children if necessary. So this really raises the question, how quickly and how comprehensively will the industry respond to, well, head off future, maybe more stringent regulatory action? The decisions these AI companies make today about child safety, they're going to have lasting implications. This letter makes sure they know the spotlight is on them.
Right. Okay, after tackling some of those really serious concerns, let's maybe inject a dose of creativity here. If you've ever dreamt of easily manipulating images with AI, Google's Gemini app has some exciting new developments. It just got a major upgrade in its image editing capabilities, powered by a new model from Google DeepMind, affectionately known as Nano Banana. The big news, apparently, is that this model is already being called the top-rated image editing model in the world in early previews, and it's all about maintaining a consistent likeness when you're editing photos of people and even your pets. I can imagine finally getting that perfect profile picture, or maybe, just maybe, photoshopping my dog into a superhero outfit without actually having to dress him up.
Huh? Yeah, what's fascinating here is precisely that focus on maintaining character likeness. That's been a real challenge. When you edit photos of yourself or friends or pets, even tiny flaws can make an image feel off, that uncanny valley thing. This update directly tackles that. It means you can upload a photo, tell Gemini to change your outfit, put you in a totally new location, maybe try out a wild 60s beehive haircut, and it'll still recognizably be you. That's a huge step for believable, personalized image generation.
That is incredibly cool for creative projects. What else can this Nano Banana do? Is it just about likeness?
No, there's more. You can now blend multiple photos together, like take a picture of yourself and one of your dog and create a seamless portrait of you both on a basketball court or something like that. It also supports multi-turn editing. So you can refine an image step by step. You can tell Gemini, say, paint the walls in this room blue. Then in the next prompt, ask it to add a mid-century modern armchair. And it just keeps working with you on the same image. You could even mix up designs, like applying the color and texture of flower petals to a pair of rain boots. Pretty creative stuff.
Okay, so a lot of creative freedom there, but what about the ethics? Transparency. Especially as these images get so sophisticated. How do we know it's real?
Yeah, that's crucial. Google seems to be addressing that head on. All images created or edited in the Gemini app will include a visible watermark, plus their invisible Synthoi digital watermark. And Synthoi isn't just a simple tag. It actually embeds a subtle, imperceptible signal right into the image pixels. It makes it incredibly hard to remove or alter, even if the image is cropped, compressed, or edited later. So that ensures transparency, clearly showing they are AI-generated or edited, which, is vital for maintaining trust as these tools get better and better.
Okay, now this next story is, well, it's a real eye-opener, especially for anyone in business, or frankly, anyone just curious about how AI is actually performing out there in the corporate world. An MIT NANDA report titled The Gen AI Divide, State of AI in Business 2025, has just dropped some pretty stark findings. Get this. Despite a massive $30–40 billion in enterprise investment, a staggering 95% of generative AI pilots are failing to produce measurable impact. Only a tiny 5% are actually succeeding, creating millions in value. That's a huge Gen AI divide that needs crossing.
Yeah, that number is startling.
Yeah.
And it immediately begs the question, why? Why are so many initiatives falling short? The report points directly to a learning gap. Most enterprise systems, it seems, fail to retain feedback, adapt to context, or improve over time. This makes them unable to truly integrate into day-to-day workflows. The real aha here isn't just that projects are failing, but why? It's a stark reminder that AI isn't just like static software you install, it's a dynamic learning system. But it seems most companies are treating AI like a one-time software deployment, not as an intelligence that needs continuous feedback and adaptation to really embed itself and deliver value.
So it's less about the AI's theoretical capability and more about how companies are trying to use it or maybe integrate it. And does it make a difference if companies buy AI solutions versus building them in-house? Is one approach more successful?
Oh, a very significant difference, according to this report. It indicates that external vendor partnerships succeed roughly 67% of the time, whereas in-house builds succeed only about 33% of the time. That's like half as often. Yet many organizations, especially in regulated industries, still choose to build internally, maybe for control or IP reasons, often increasing their risk of failure. That 67 versus 33% gap is huge. It really suggests a mismatch between perceived control and actual success rates.
That is a truly compelling statistic. I bet a lot of listeners in business are taking notes on that one. And where are companies actually putting their money when it comes to AI? Is it aligned with where they're seeing success?
Unfortunately, the research shows a clear misalignment there too. Somewhere between 50 and 70% of AI budgets are going to sales and marketing tools. Okay, those outcomes are visible, sure. But the highest return on investment, according to the report, actually comes from back-office automation areas like finance, procurement, customer support. It's like the quiet hero behind the scenes. The successful 5%, they're quietly eliminating millions in outsourcing costs by focusing there rather than chasing the flashy, high-visibility tools. It often goes against the immediate impulse. But the data seems pretty clear on this.
Interesting. What about the impact on jobs? Are we about to see mass layoffs because of AI? Is that happening?
Not mass layoffs in the way people might imagine, no. It's more like a gradual reshaping of the workforce through attrition. Companies aren't necessarily replacing entry-level support and admin roles immediately when they become vacant. They just don't rehire. In sectors most disrupted by AI, over 80% of executives expect reduced hiring volumes within the next 24 months. And AI literacy is rapidly becoming a key hiring criterion. Younger workers often have an edge just by being digital natives, so it's more of a quiet transformation, not an overnight revolution.
Right. And beyond just performance, what are the biggest concerns for leaders, like CIOs, around generative AI? What risks are keeping them up at night?
Well, the CIOs they interviewed highlighted key concerns beyond just performance. Protecting intellectual property and data boundaries is obviously paramount. Managing bias and accuracy in public model outputs is another big one. But a massive headache they mentioned is shadow AI. That's where employees use their personal ChatGPT or Claude accounts for work stuff outside company frameworks. That leads to potential data leaks, compliance failures, maybe reputational damage. Without strong governance, organizations risk some pretty significant problems.
Okay, so for our business-minded listeners, what's the actionable intelligence here? How can companies practically apply these lessons to actually cross that Gen AI divide?
The lessons seem pretty clear from the report. Pick one narrow, specific pain point. Don't try to boil the ocean. Prioritize back-office ROI over those flashy front-end tools, at least initially. Seriously, consider buying from specialized vendors. Rather than building from scratch, that 67% S's 33% success rate is hard to ignore. Don't overestimate internal capabilities. Crucially, demand systems that learn and adapt from feedback, and establish clear governance for AI use to prevent that shadow AI problem. Basically, start chasing the hype. Start demanding learning systems that deliver measurable outcomes. That Gen AI divide, it's a reminder that real transformation needs thoughtful integration, not just throwing tech at a problem.
All right, our final big news story today comes from OpenAI. And this one signals a truly significant strategic shift, I think. OpenAI has largely been known for powering AI features behind other platforms, right? Kind of the engine inside. But now it really looks like they want to build their own AI applications, particularly in the absolutely critical field of healthcare. They've just hired two prominent executives to lead this push. Nate Gross, who co-founded Doximity, often called LinkedIn for doctors, and Ashley Alexander, a former product leader from Instagram. Big names.
This is a major move indeed. Yeah, if you connect this to the bigger picture, it really reflects OpenAI's growing ambition. They don't just want to own the foundational models anymore, they want the end-user applications too, the ones that directly serve consumers and professionals. CEO Sam Altman has already hinted at GPT-5 having legitimate PhD expert medical expertise. And remember, they released HealthBench back in May, that open-source benchmark for evaluating health AI apps. This isn't just a casual interest. They seem to be investing heavily in becoming a direct player in the health sector.
Okay, so Nate Gross is heading up go-to-market strategy, and Ashley Alexander is VP of product for this new health business. What specific impact do their backgrounds bring to this, well, pretty ambitious project?
Well, Nate Gross brings that deep digital health experience from Doximity. He saw firsthand how AI could help doctors with admin tasks. Plus, he co-founded Rock Health, an investment firm focused on health tech, so he knows the space. Ashley Alexander's 12 years at Meta and Instagram. That gives her serious expertise in scaling consumer platforms and creating really engaging user experiences. So putting them together suggests a dual focus, both on serious clinical utility for doctors and patients, and on building incredibly user-friendly, intuitive platforms. Kind of the best of both worlds, potentially.
But the healthcare AI space is already pretty crowded, isn't it? You've got companies like Palantir, Microsoft, they're deeply integrated, and startups like Abridge, valued in the billions just for their AI scribes. How does OpenAI, even with its powerful models, fit into this competitive landscape? What's their unique angle here?
It is definitely a crowded and complex market, no doubt. OpenAI's move puts them in direct competition, sure, but it also lets them leverage their unique research strength and that very strong brand recognition they have. And they're not abandoning partnerships either. We've seen collaborations with Penda Health in Kenya and startups like Summer Health and Oscar Health. The unique edge here could be their ability to combine that cutting-edge general-purpose AI model capability with deep domain expertise, which they're hiring for, and that consumer product design sensibility from Alexander. The big question this raises is, will this combination allow them to fundamentally reshape how patients and providers actually interact with AI in healthcare? It's a bold bet for sure.
Okay, as promised, let's switch gears now to some practical tools and tips, stuff that can put AI to work for you. First up, if you're into content creation or marketing, this sounds like a real game changer. How to prompt marketing videos using Gemini's VO3. You can now generate short marketing clips just from simple text prompts or even using an image reference. It's designed to create campaign assets without needing a whole video team, which, I mean, for many small businesses or creators, that's a huge win.
Absolutely. Here's the basic step-by-step to get you started. You go into Gemini, select Tools, then Videos with VO.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. From there, you build your brief. You can either drag in an image reference if you want a specific visual style, or just type a clear description with distinct scenes and any must-show elements.
Got it. So for maximal impact, is there like a specific prompt structure that works best with VO? Any tips there?
Yeah, good structure seems to be. Create a product-type video. Theme, your core message. Scene 1, describe the scene. Scene 2, describe the next scene. Maybe mention a transition. Must show, list any key elements.
Yeah.
And K. Keep in mind, you're typically limited, maybe about 2 videos per day on the Pro plan, so make them count. Once it's rendered, you can export it to Canva or whatever editor you prefer. Then you can swap text, add licensed music, and crop it for different platforms.
Right.
I know 9.16 for Shorts, 1.1 for Feeds, or 16.9 for YouTube.
Okay, and a pro tip for our listeners, something to get even better results.
Definitely. Be explicit with transition terms in your prompts. Use words like whip pan or match cut on key. For those maybe less familiar, a whip pan is that really fast, blurring camera movement between scenes.
Yeah.
A match cut visually connects 2 different scenes using a similar object or action. Using specific cinematography terms like these helps VO understand your visual intent much more precisely. You tend to get more polished, professional-looking results than if you just say, then show.
Fantastic advice. Okay, beyond video, we've got a quick rundown of some other interesting AI tools that caught our attention. As always, remember, we're just sharing what's out there and not necessarily endorsing them, just things we found interesting. First up, there's something called Disclaimer. This AI monitors hundreds of high-signal blogs and news sources, filters out the noise, and writes personalized briefings tailored specifically to your role and context. Imagine a custom newsfeed that really understands what you need to know for your job without you having to sift through tons of articles.
Then there's candidate screening. This one's for anyone in hiring. It offers video interviews, assessment tests, and AI-powered vetting. Apparently, you can just paste an application link from any job board, and it scores candidates immediately. Could really help streamline that initial screening phase of recruitment.
We also saw Assist. This one offers digital employees basically agentic AI for enterprises. The idea is to automate business processes in sales and service, aiming to be easy, reliable, and affordable. It's really about taking some of that repetitive, heavy lifting off human shoulders.
Right, and theogrowth. This tool aims to stop all that manual organizing of client data and constantly rebriefing different AI tools. It creates something called context intelligence that can supposedly be used across any AI platform and by any team member. They claim it could save 20+ hours per client per month, which, if true, is pretty significant for agencies or consultants.
And finally, a really interesting one called ClickUp. Now, this isn't just another AI tool that starts from scratch every time you ask it something. What seems unique about ClickUp is that it already knows the answers because it has full context of all your work within ClickUp your docs, tasks, chats, files, everything, all without needing uploads or repetitive prompting.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Its ability to understand your workflow, because it lives where your work happens, as they put it. That could be incredibly powerful. It can apparently create tasks for your projects, write updates in your voice, answer questions using your team's specific institutional knowledge stored in ClickUp. That kind of deep integration within your existing workspace, that could truly be a game changer for overall team productivity, moving beyond just simple Q&A.
Wow. What an incredible deep dive into the world of AI today. Seriously, so much ground covered. From the cutting-edge browser integration of Anthropic's Claude and Google's really powerful image editing in Gemini, to the critical discussions around child safety led by the state AGs, and those sobering insights from the MIT report on why so many AI pilots are failing.
Hmm.
It's clear AI is evolving at just a breathtaking pace on all fronts.
Indeed. It really is. And OpenAI's decisive move into direct healthcare applications, reinforced by those significant hires, it really underscores that AI isn't just supporting medicine from the sidelines anymore. It seems to be moving right to the center of care. Plus, the range of practical tools we touched on just now shows how rapidly these accessible AI solutions are emerging for everyday tasks and specialized business needs. It's transforming how we work and create, like right now.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? As a learner, as someone just navigating this fast-paced world, how do you position yourself in this rapidly shifting landscape?
Well, I think it means the future of AI is going to be defined not just by its, dazzling capabilities, but by our collective wisdom. How we govern its use, how strategically we apply it where it delivers real value, and how we ensure its safety and ethical deployment. That Gen AI divide from the MIT report, it isn't just a corporate problem. It's a reminder for all of us that true transformation comes from thoughtful integration, continuous learning, and a really deep understanding of impact. The tools are definitely here and getting better constantly. The real challenge is in how intelligently and maybe how wisely we wield them.
That's a really powerful thought to leave you with. How will you choose to cross that divide, whether it's in your own learning or your work? What new questions has this deep dive sparked for you about the future of AI and its place in our lives? Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. We really hope you feel thoroughly informed and ready to navigate the exciting and, yeah, sometimes challenging landscape of artificial intelligence. We'll catch you next time.